Hi, Duncan.
Hello.
How are you today?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Good.
Thank you for taking the time for the session. I know you are a very busy person, so I appreciate that you have taken this time.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you.
We had sessions before, but I just want to double check if it's okay if I might take some notes.
Of course, yeah, no problem.
So, we have about 30 minutes together. What would you like to focus on today?
So, I've been having this recurring coaching problem issue, as in when I come to coaching about feeling not good enough and I think we've talked about that before.
Mm-hmm.
And I've made some headway with it, but it's brought up some other things around needs and what I need and some stuff from the past
Yeah.
where it's kind of come from. And I appreciate this isn't a coaching session,
No,
but
no, it's
I'm
your
trying to
time.
a therapy session, but I'm trying to work out how to move forward with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's part of me that needs to feel um well to be told or wanted or needed
Mm,
and heard.
yeah.
So I had quite an interesting conversation with my mum last week, and I came away from that feeling it was I just didn't she just didn't hear me, and she didn't validate any of my or didn't allow me to feel how I felt. She just kept on telling me I was wrong,
Mm,
and that brought up some childhood stuff. And in a way, it was good. We had a bit of a row, really, because normally I would just go, okay, yeah, fine, and then just feel I felt like a little boy again. It
mm,
was quite hard. And so what I'm trying to from that I worked out that I need to or from that what I recognized in myself was that I have been putting myself or where this kind of not feeling good enough is I've been putting myself at the bottom of my need. So my children, my wife, my mum, my like every it feels like everybody's above me and I've kind of lost myself and what I need because I
yeah.
felt like that wasn't important. And because of the choice I made beginning of the year to leave work, I think I felt, I don't know, guilty maybe because our financial situation's changed slightly. It probably hasn't, but it's just not money's not as abundant, I suppose is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Like we're okay, but
Yes, yes.
we might not be able to go on the 4 or 5 holidays we do. We might only have to be able to go on three.
Yeah.
So in the grand scheme of things, nothing too bad. So I've been kind of deprioritizing my self-care, my
Mm,
well-being. and that situation kind of made me feel, well, I felt really cross, and I thought, I'm just not going to do that anymore. But I find it, on one hand, I've found it quite powerful, but on the other hand, I'm struggling with it because it's not, what's the right word? Not natural to me.
Mm,
Or maybe there's a belief somewhere where I feel like I shouldn't have to say, whoa, hang about, what about me?
yeah.
Because a lot of the times you feel like the people you love should give you what you need. But there's a dynamic there that I'd quite like to explore, to how I can move forward without, because my wife's been a bit like, what's going on? I'm not, I'm just putting me first. And she's like, oh, okay. She's actually been all right with it, but it's obviously a bit of a step change.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at the moment.
Yeah. And tell me if I'm right in my observation. It seems to me, Duncan, you've been doing a lot of self-reflecting,
Hmm.
um, maybe looking into the past. And you mentioned about that interaction with your mom and this belief that not being good enough.
Yeah.
And also this realization that probably you have been putting other people's needs first,
Hmm.
and now you are trying to shift that dynamic.
Yeah.
And if I got it right, it just doesn't feel comfortable for you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do
Yes,
you?
that's right.
Yeah.
I feel, I suppose it's trying to work out what's selfish and what is self-care. Because we had a situation this morning, like today was like my new sort of, this is this is going to be me, and um I've got a bad knee and I've not been doing my rehab.
Yeah.
I was like, this morning I'm going to get up early, I'm going to go into the gym and do my rehab on my knee. My wife's also hurt her knee actually, which is another thing. But anyway, my son forgot his PE kit for school, and then I was like, well, he gets a detention if he forgets it. And then I was like, well, I'm doing my rehab, and I've got a client meeting, and this was all part of my plan.
Yes.
That wasn't part of the, and that sent me into a bit of a tailspin because I couldn't quite. Basically, I picked it up and I drove it up to him, but
Yeah.
it ate into my time, and then I was almost late for my meeting, and I couldn't quite fathom whether that was I just being stubborn and just being like, no, buggy, you can get detention, and then thinking, oh no, I won't, or and then I helped him out because I don't want him to get detention,
Yeah.
but also I don't want him to forget his kit. But I was also proud of him this morning because we do struggle with him walking to school. He's got some anxiety around it, and the weather here is awful. I think you said earlier, like you're windy, wet, like the worst conditions, cold, windy, and wet, just
Yeah.
horrible. And he got out and he went, and so in that pinch moment, just making good decisions. I mean, talking about just that, reflecting on that now, I probably did make the right decision, but I was almost derailed from my
Mm,
plan, and that I didn't like that.
yeah.
But maybe there just needs to be a space for life because life happens, doesn't it, sometimes?
Yes. Yes. Um, so you are been talking about priorities, needs, and also you mentioned about self-care,
Mm.
being selfish. Am I correct?
Yeah. Well, the distinction between the two, because I'm not a selfish person. Like, I don't
Yeah.
don't want to be selfish, but I do need things to start with me because I've got it backwards.
Mm,
Um, and a lot of the time, the more you prioritize everyone else, the more they take, and the less value they see in it. That's how it feels.
yeah.
And I need to get some work done.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's very easy and you might appreciate this when you're self-employed, to be like,
Yes.
oh, I can leave that
Yeah.
and go and do this for them because that's important to them and that's important to me because it's important to them.
Yeah.
But then you're like, I'm eating away at this purpose and self-worth of myself because I'm going elsewhere and I'm not working and, creating
Yeah.
this new business and it's
Mm,
very easy to leave it. And so it's about boundaries and just understanding. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So you mentioned about boundaries and understanding it.
Yeah.
So when you think about boundaries, what does that mean to you, Duncan?
So I suppose it's just about people understanding I'm not a free resource and that my time is important.
Hmm.
And when you're feeling low in self-worth, that's very hard to feel.
Yeah.
So it's just about getting the right trajectory, getting the balance right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and communicating with the stakeholders, if you like,
Yes.
particularly the kids and the children and my mum,
Yeah.
because yeah, she's like, I never see you. And then when she comes round, oh, that's right, I remember what the argument was about now. But anyway, she comes round and then instead of enjoying the time together, she always just goes, well, I never see you. And and you're like, well, I don't want to see you because every time I see you, you just moan at me about not seeing you. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah. Yes.
So that's a bit of a segue, but
Yeah.
I think that's still important. It's all part of this same. Maybe it's separating them out. So I've still got work because I'm doing this because I'm sat in one of the spare bedrooms, which is my office. Obviously, I'm working from home. My wife works from home. My youngest comes home from school about 2:45.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to just slip out of any work mode and get derailed. Yeah, so boundaries. So just letting them know. I mean, it could be
Mm,
simple as like if the door's closed, knock.
yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
this is where I work, and I need to be left to do what I need to do,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that time is mine. Yeah,
Yes. So you mentioned about boundaries and about communicating that. Am I correct?
yeah.
Yeah. So I know you've been thinking about the past, but looking back, what has been helpful to you to navigate boundaries of all
Going
that
backwards.
yeah, what has been helpful to you when you were in situations that you needed to navigate boundaries?
Um, So I don't remember ever feeling like I have done, or maybe I have, maybe I think the boundaries have changed because the journey from this year, from leaving work, and I'm trying to become my authentic self, self-actualize, whatever it was.
Yeah,
And so I've taken a lot of the masks off, so to speak,
yeah.
and that's left me quite vulnerable,
Mm-hmm.
which is I thought where I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there is a space for having some protection,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
to speak, around that ego, self, whatever you want to call it, because or I feel like I need to protect that little boy almost because he's still vulnerable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so having some forms of protection is not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been striving and driving, and that's kind of protected it
Right. Right.
because it's like just get out of my way, I'm going,
Yes.
and
Yes.
obviously I've stopped doing that,
Yeah.
but there's part of that that's needed
Right.
just to a lesser extent.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't have to go and, you know, fly a rocket to the moon just to be a bit silly. But
Yeah.
I do I I have worked out I do need some forward trajectory. I need some momentum of some sort
Yeah.
because otherwise I feel rubbish. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be moving forward into the space rather than waiting for things just
Yeah.
to happen.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's answered your question or not, but that's kind of how it feels. So looking back, I don't feel like I don't. Yeah, it feels like I was the little boy, and then as I turned into a teenager, I came up with all these mechanisms to try and hide that part of me, that vulnerable part. And they've had their uses, and I spent this year stripping them away. And then I'm like, maybe it's more like a wardrobe. I've put everything back in the wardrobe, and then
Yes.
I've just been left naked, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm a bit cold. I do need that, you
Yeah.
know, metaphorically speaking, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I could do with that because I feel chilly.
Because you
And maybe
mentioned,
that's a nice way to
yeah.
think about it. Like maybe when I'm cold, I put the jumper on, but when I'm not feeling cold, I put it back because I don't
Yeah.
have to have it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a powerful metaphor.
Hmm. Yeah. Just yeah, it's interesting. Yeah,
And
it
you,
feels quite peaceful though.
yeah.
Normally I get this feeling here, and I've not been getting that.
Yeah. So you mentioned about protection and getting a momentum to move forward. I wonder if there is a connection between the two. What do you think?
Between protection and momentum.
Mm,
Is that what you said? Yeah.
yeah. I wonder if there's any connection between the two.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe. I mean, what comes up for me is about there was a the protection was always sort of moving away from the hurt little boy or the little boy that was kind of almost deprioritized
Mm-hmm.
in the family unit. That's ultimately where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the moving and the striving was to go, oh, hang on, look at me, I'm bigger and better than that, and all those things.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the move, so the movement was the protection
Mm-hmm. Yes.
because now I'm doing this and now I'm doing this
Yes.
and ultimately, and I think we might have talked about this before. Everything that I've ever done, I go, oh, like, I'm never pleased with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I've done that now. And where I'm at now is I'm kind of trying to be more present and happy and grateful. But I thought I had to reject all the movement
Ah,
to do that, to be like, well, no, you don't need to keep moving forward. You're all happy with what you've got. And I don't think that's necessarily true. I do want to do interesting things and I want to have projects, but that doesn't mean I need to be burnt out.
I understand.
Because normally I'd put myself so much into the grind that
Yeah.
eventually I'd just be like, I'm broken now and have a burnout. Probably two or three times, maybe more in my life I've had that. So it's just reframing the narrative, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be like that. But I've almost
Mm-hmm.
had to gone to the other extreme to work out that this one doesn't has to be
Yes.
it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I wonder because, as you said, you are in a different place in your life. Priorities are different, and we were talking about boundaries and needs. Um, what do you think is the Duncan that supports you where you are now? Because you mentioned about mindset, and
Hmm.
what do you think would be that Duncan?
So it's just one that's being clear on what I want with people and with myself, I suppose. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and just communicating that with, well, probably internal communication, just that realization that that's a shift in itself. Hang on, like, do that thing, do those two things today, then you can feel like you've done something
Yeah.
rather than, you know, that silly things um, like we've just ordered a new car and we weren't going to do that because we were worried about money. But actually, I'm not really bothered about cars, but it was just nice to be like, yeah, okay, we're going to commit to that, and life's still going forward rather than my decision has just made us stagnate and now we can't really do anything
Yeah.
because that's not true. And just understanding that and understanding the support I get from my wife. Yeah, it's been quite interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that yeah, someone that I feel quite good. And funny enough, when you feel like that, things shift. Like I've had two or three client referrals come in, and that feels nice because you're like, oh, okay. I've not, yeah. Again, I was going to say straight away, I've not converted them yet, but one step,
Yes.
one
Yes.
step at a time.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, just starting to stay positive and understanding. Yeah, there's still more there. There's probably other areas of life that I've just let slide because I'm trying to please people
Mm-hmm.
and means I'm not pleasing myself,
Mm-hmm.
which probably need careful navigation. Um, like around Christmas and just a lot of family dynamic and things. But again, if I communicate what I need, I
Yeah.
could probably let them slide a little bit because I'm getting what I want rather than it all just being not what they want. Just
Mm-hmm.
what, yeah. I don't know if that's a bit cryptic, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm thinking. Yeah, really thinking what do I need, communicating it, and
Yeah.
it sounds silly, but actually, that if you tell people what you want, it's easy for them, isn't it? If you get them guessing, well, what it must be, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
So we started this conversation talking about this part of yourself that you didn't feel that you were good enough, and reflecting on the past and where you are now. And you mentioned about boundaries. Um, so what has been helpful in this conversation to you?
So it's been very helpful just to understanding where it's come from
Mm-hmm.
a little bit and then anchoring that it does need some protection and that's okay is really useful. Mm. And that doesn't mean there needs to be any burnout. It doesn't need to be really extreme on either end of the scale.
Yes.
And that's ultimately where contentment will come from. But it does need work. It needs work constantly.
Mhm.
But that's not a bad thing.
So when you think about the end of the session, and as you said, it is some work, and that's not a bad thing if I got it right.
Mm.
So how do you think that would look like moving forward?
So, well, one, recognizing what work is now,
Mm-hmm.
because I always associate work with being really stressed.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm not stressed, I feel like I'm not working.
Mm-hmm.
So actually recognizing that that I am working, I am doing things, it is valuable. And just because I'm not stressed doesn't mean they're not. So that's useful. And continuing communicating with my wife, my children, trying to continue to work, communicate with my mother about what I need.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and how we need to react with each other. Yeah, is how I think it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
And not going in to hurt little boy if things don't quite go my way. I
Mm-hmm.
think I've got a tendency to do that and then go into blame and all those things. But
Yeah. So for that, as you said, to happen in terms of communicating your needs, if I got it right. Um, what kind of support or anything that will help you when you are in situations that you know you need to communicate your needs?
So it's a slight continuation of what I've been doing.
Mm-hmm,
Put no judgment on the communication.
mm-hmm,
Put it out there and see what the reaction is.
mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the time I would be like, oh, I won't say that, or I won't do that, or you know, you're putting judgment to the need. Actually, it's
Yeah, yeah,
okay to want and need something.
yeah.
If the other person has a negative reaction towards it, obviously debate that out at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't put it out there, they can't. Yeah, it's a bit like, what do you want for Christmas? Oh, I don't mind getting something and then being disappointed. If you say I want a PlayStation 5, you might get a PlayStation 5, or they say, well, I can't afford a PlayStation 5. What? And you open a dialogue on it. It's a different thing, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Um, Not that I do want a PlayStation 5, but anyway. Um, but that kind of just being, well, this is what I'd quite like.
Yeah,
This just makes me feel good.
yeah,
Whether that be a hug or a way, or I want to take you out for dinner, or, you know,
yeah. And I'm noticing even in your body language when you said that
mm,
something shifted. So
yeah.
what did you notice?
Yeah, no, I did notice. It's about taking some power back.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. And there's another thing there where the balance has shifted, particularly with my wife.
mm-hmm,
Um, Not in a bad way, but I think it did shift when I was convalescing from my, um, but yeah, that's a whole other thing. But that's interesting. It's all part of the same dynamic. But I think there's been a shift, and yeah, I think she responds quite well to being like that. My mother less so, but then we need to build on that.
yes, I understand. So what do you think will get in the way, or you need to remind yourself um, in situations that you know might be more challenging in communicating your needs?
I think I think it's just being, if I'm clear on what I want,
Mm-hmm.
I'm to myself, I'm very good at getting what I want. Not in a selfish way, but just, you know, well, this is what I want. So this is where we're building to. This is where we're going.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure I'm clear in what I want.
Yes.
And then when there's setbacks, not taking them too hard, and just maintaining momentum by, yeah, talking to the people important to me, you know, spending time with people that are important, and yeah, almost trusting myself that you do know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's good.
So, what have you learned about yourself today? Now that we are coming to the end.
Yeah. Um, what have I learned? Well, it solidified the narrative, or understanding that circuit that was going on, and understanding that that doesn't have to be a bad thing. It just needs managing. And the wardrobe's good. Like if you need to be a bit, you know, if you do need a bit of confidence because you're a bit nervous about a client meeting or whatever, you know, put that jumper on for a bit. It doesn't need to be there all the time. If it's taking energy away, you just put it back,
Yeah.
and it's okay to be a bit vulnerable, but don't let it undermine everything.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah,
Mm. If you don't mind me to share this with you,
sure.
I just feel like in such a short period of time, I've noticed how much you have processed and really done a lot of work. So I just want to share that with you, Duncan, that
Thank
just
you.
feels like there was a lot of work done.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's an interesting thing, isn't it?
Anything you want to add at this stage?
No. Hope the weather cheers up for you. And for
Talking
me as
about
well.
feeling, needing something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, sometimes we need layers. Is
Yeah.
this a good place to end?
Yeah, no, it is. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you so much, Duncan. Appreciate. Thank you.